Apex Online Racing is sponsored by Elgato, who created this lovely stream deck. For more information about the stream deck, the link is in the description below. Good evening everybody and welcome along once again to Apex Online Racing. This is season 19 of Xbox at 1 F1 and we are at round number 9 at the Hockenheimring for the German Grand Prix. The track has changed quite a lot since its inception in 2002 from its original configuration, being more like to Monza and Austria. Who can remember the 2019 German Grand Prix where the weather played havoc on the drivers and we saw Max Verstappen taking the win, Vettel in P2 and Kvyat getting a podium in the Toro Rosso. Germany has had a rich motorsports heritage, but they've never had a winner in their home GP for quite a while until Michael Schumacher in 1995. Sebastian Vettel has won here quite a few times as well. Let's have a look at the track. Hockenheim is 4.5 kilometers long with 17 turns, 6 to the left and 11 to the right. There are 3 DRS zones on this circuit, 1 at the start for this straight, 1 after the quick right-hander turn 1 and 2, and 1 from turn 4 to the heavy braking zone of turn 6. The car always feels on edge here, so the drivers need low wing angles to defend the DRS zones, but require downforce to get through the fast corners without spinning around the car too much. As always, it's a 50% race which consists of an 18-minute qualifying session to decide the grid, with 34 racing laps at a race distance of 103 kilometers, 310 meters distance from the start line to turn 1. 3 compounded tyres for today's race: the softs, which is the C4s, the mediums, which is the C3s, and the hards, which is the C2s. Tyre deck is crucial around here, with softs not lasting long around here, so we're likely going to see a mediums to hards strat or hards to mediums. The mediums being 1 second slower than the softs and the hards 1.5 seconds slower. So let's have a look at the championship standings. So we have got Dan Weston leading the stat away with 152 points, with Ewan with 136 points. Now Dan Weston is Jam Pancakes, by the way. Adam Dude in 3rd, Clenzo 4th, Bobberts 5th, Pietro in 6th, Humperdinck in 7th, Lefted in 8th place, and we got Flying Rosie in 9th, LGS 10th, Christo in 11th, Tribian 12th, Connor Eddy 13th, Smasher Sam 14th, Amaze 15th, Hawk 16th, Raven 17th, Zetex 18th, Ollie Smithson 19th, and Street in 20th. So we're going to look at the constructors. So if I can get it up quickly, I don't think the constructors were showing on my screen for a minute there. Hold on a second. There we go. There's are the constructor standings for you. Haas with 206 points. Mercedes with 197 points. Racing Point with 93. Renault with 85 points. Toro Rosso with 70. McLaren with 45, as well as Williams. Ferrari in 8th with 38 points. Red Bull with 23 points. And Alfa Romeo yet to score a point. And as I said, we may see a few safety car situations coming up as well. So please do keep an eye on the action to come tonight. I am Jess and I'll be your commentator throughout this evening's race. And it is just me in the commentary box tonight, as we have got Dicer who can't make it tonight due to personal reasons, but best wishes are with him. So apologies that we weren't here last week. My Xbox decided to have a little bit of a hissy fit and decide not to work, and it kept resetting itself and stuff like that. So no stream. But I'll go through the results from last week in a minute. But it was a crazy race last week, I've got to say. So if you want to find out more information, just speak to the drivers, because, you know, the drivers have experienced it and obviously they had a lot of fun. There was quite a few safety cars as well, so that should be interesting as well. So Pietro is on pole at the moment with a 1:11.3. Now he has set his time on the softs at the moment, but everybody else is on the hards. Humperdinck on the softs as well. Now, for those of you that were watching Xbox One Oceania this morning, the main giveaways as to why people were on the softs were due to the fact that it was wet at the start of the race and it got progressively drier. we might see the same now, but we'll have to wait and see. But since more people on the hards, then we may see people on the softs just getting a bit of glory. Because, to be honest, I don't think they're going to go fast on the mediums, but we'll have to wait and see. We need to find someone that's actually on the lap, actually, and I missed it since we were doing the intro, so I'll do it on the second stint. So, whilst I'm at it, whilst this is going on, I'm going to go through, if you'll let me. I'm trying to get it up on my screen, but it's not letting me, so I'll have to get it up on a different screen. The results from last week, and I should have got the results from qualifying as well, but I forgot. So, the results last week are as follows. So, Jam Pancakes took the win by 3.4 seconds over Shizu Yuan, and we had a very good battle between those two, so great to see. And it was Smasher Sam's first race in the top tier. He's a reserve driver, I believe. No, he's not. He's in a McLaren, so he's not here tonight, but we do have someone filling in. Actually, no, he's here tonight. He's in 5th place. My bad, but yeah, he had a good debut last time out. We've got Clenzo, who was 4th. I believe he got 10 seconds worth of penalties, though, which didn't help. SR Bobberts was in 5th. Connor Eddy getting his best result of the season last week. He finished in 6th place, so he got some good points for the Red Bull, and that was just brilliant. I'm really gutted that we missed the stream for that. He's currently 8th for the moment, so we'll have to wait and see if he can carry the momentum forward. And we got Flying Rosie was 7th last week, and we had Pietro was in 8th, Tribunal was in 9th, LGS was in 10th. Adam Dude didn't have a great result last week, he was in 11th. And we have our newer reserves, Shizu Streets finished in 12th, and I think there was like 5 or 6 DNFs, which was Streets, Humperdinck, Christo, Ollie, Amazed, Lefted, and Finley, which I do believe was Street Gamer. So, those were your results for the thingy, and it looked like it was a dry to overcast race last week, it looked like, according to the standings. Anyway, so I wonder if we'll see the same tonight. Very interesting. So we've got Flying Rosie in the racing point. He's got a point to prove as well, and we only got a few rounds of the championship, don't forget. It is quite a short season, and we aren't racing next week. We got a break week for the first time in a while, actually, for these drivers, because obviously the last break week was pretty much in the second week of the season, because we had to rerun the Belgium earlier on as well. So it's just the first chance for them, but we'll have to wait and see. So, interesting enough, there's people that's been going on the hards for quite a bit now. We have Shizu Street, who's been on the hards for 4 laps. We've got Tebow, who I believe is a reserve for today. He is in the Alpha, and he's done the 1012 too. I did see New Zealand Ryan in Oceania this morning. He got, I think it was a 1010 something. I can't remember what the other tiers had got, because I was busy prepping for the stream, so I didn't actually get a chance to see what the other tyres were. What the other lap time, was for the drivers. As we've got quite a few people on their second stints now, so we'll go on board with Jam Pancakes, actually, as he's about to start his flyer lap right now, as he goes through turn 1. Heavy braking zone here, but you've got to make sure you get this right, because the second DRS zone falls directly after that, so these are something to watch out for. And then you're going to go to turn 3 to maintain a constant radius, and as soon as you straighten up, it's back on the power through turn 4. And now we approach the Parabolica. It's like Italy's Curva Grande in a way, and crucial to stay as close to the inside as possible to go and brake to the hairpin, just about 75 metres, and you'll be arriving at just over, actually no, it's 100 metres, but he was able to brake about 75 metres, Jesus. And outside curving on exit, and then full attack onto turn 7 and 8, and then goes to turn 9, which is quite tricky, and then approaching turn 10, and someone is slowing, luckily they're just letting him through. Purple set to 2, so he's got purple set to 1 and set to 2. We're now approaching the corner where famous Sebastian Vettel went off a few years ago, as Jam Pancakes, and I just spun a little bit there, so unfortunately he is not going to set another lap time. That is a shame. That is a shame. So we'll have to go into the pits there. But that looked like an impressive lap time. Imagine what it would have been like if he carried on like that. That That must be absolutely gutting for him if he did that. But he goes in now. So we've got more people switching up their tyre strategy at the moment. We've got Christo, who decided that it's going to be on the mediums. Now, I would go on board with Bobberts right now, but Bobberts has invalidated his lap time. Tut. So he is not going to set one for the time being. Now, I'm going to get the chat involved since it's just me in the commentary box for this evening. Let me know who's going to be on pole position tonight. Are we going to see surprises? And how many safety cars, if any, will we get? So, I think Jam Pancakes. I know he's in P16 at the moment. I know he didn't have a good he didn't have a good final sector, but in the past few races he could just pull out the bag very quickly in qualifying and just absolutely nail it. So I think the current championship leader, Jam Pancakes, is going to get pole. I'm going to put Pietro in P2. I know he's on the soft, but he's going to be hungry for it. He hasn't converted his top 2 qualifying sessions to a win. So I'm going to put Pietro in P2 in quali. And P3 I'm going to put... I am in the predicament between Thibaut and Ewan. Now, I've heard about this guy. Let me just... No, he's in the pits right now. I was about to go on board with him, but he's in the pits. But I heard about this guy. Thibaut is very quick. So, I do believe he races in other leagues as well. I'm usually one on the Monday nights, I believe. And he's quite a fast guy. And he likes Germany as well. So, you know, I think expect good things from the Alfa Romeo driver. As we're riding on board with Tribune at the moment. But let's see if Ewan is invalidated his lap, I believe. And he's slowing down anyway. Actually, no, he hasn't invalidated. He's about to start his fly lap. Let's see if he... Oh, okay, he invalidated turn 1. So I spoke too soon there. I think we're going to see quite a few people invalidate their lap. So getting the final laps is absolutely crucial. And maybe the best situation is to go out a bit earlier than normal, because then you can get one lap in, get it absolutely nailed on. But if you bottle it, then you get another lap and you get another chance to do it. And if you go out later and only have one lap to do it, then it just costs you so much time. So I would go out. That's what I think a few people did in Oceania this morning. So something to watch out for. So we've got 5 minutes and 48 seconds left in the session as Humperdinck's on pole. Everyone pretty much is going on the mediums now, apart from Amaze and Bobberts. Amazed. Oh my god, he's was taking the curb a little bit too hard there, but there we go. As I think decides enough's enough, he's going into the pits. Of course he is, because imagine if he qualifies on the hards. If he has to, then it's going to be a really hard first couple of laps, because I've raced around Germany before. I'm going to race in Germany on Friday actually, and I've done some practice around here, and the hards, they don't feel good on this track at all when you start the race. It feels good in the middle half, and it takes a while to warm up, but at the start of the race you just lose so much positions that if you qualify on the hards in the top 10, it's probably going to be a disaster waiting to happen, really. As Flying Rosie, he goes into the pit lane. He has a few more laps to do it. Hulk, I believe, is going to the pit lane as well. We've got BMG Clenzo, who is about to start his next flyer lap as well. I think this will be the only chance he gets. Humperdinck's still out on the soft though. Is the tyre that he's on, is it the one he set his fastest lap on? Yes, it is. That is a gamble. As Humperdinck has gone even faster actually, a 1:11.1. And there was someone that was... I need to actually check the chat actually, because there was a few people that were... I did ask in the chat for predictions as to what people think. So let me have a look actually. So Chris has predicted that he will get a 1:11.1 or beat his personal best there as Humperdinck's going slowly. Connor, 12.2 on the softs, but that's what he's expecting. And I think that's it. I think that's the only people that have made their predictions for qualifying. And let us know what you think the poll time is as well. It's going to be. So we've got a few predictions in chat. Thank you to everybody that has got involved. We've got Sparks. I think it's Sparks who predicts Tebow to be pole. Who is current? Let's go on board with him now, actually. As I believe he's been done on one lap and he stays in 5th place at the moment. And Shadow, T10 Shadow, he was more famously known, but he's now playing Shadow now. He predicts Pietro to be pole. And Pepsi predicts Adam Dude to be pole. So quite a mixture of predictions, I must say. So I wonder, is this going to be wide open? Now, due to the fact that not many people are on the stock compound sides, it strongly suggests we're going to get a dry start to the race. Almost certainly. Hopefully I can get the drivers to tell me what the weather's going to be, but we haven't got many complaints in the driver chat, so I don't think we're going to see any wet weather, which is probably a first, because pretty much all the lobbies I've been in the last few weeks, we've had wet of some sort. Whether I was a league racer or if I was a commentator, it was wet all over the place. And it might be just me and the curses, I'm not entirely sure, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. So everyone is now out as someone's binned it. Oh no, that's Tribune actually, through the hairpin. So I don't think he's going to get another lap. He could just about. Streets needs to move out of the way though. Oh, luckily he moved out of the way just in time. I think, yeah, Tribune is saving his ERS for now, but that would have been almost too close for it to come on the shunt at the moment. So Ewan, I don't think he's going to set a lap time. I don't think. Actually, he will come back. No, he's coming out. He's coming out. So yeah, he will come out just in time as well. So thank you to welcome to those of you that just joined from the other AOR streams. I do believe I think most of these races have come to the end. So thank you to those of you that joined for those streams. This is the Xbox One F1 stream, and we're 1 minute and 22 seconds left of qualifying with Humperdinck on pole position. And for those of you that are asking about the weather, it looks like it's going to be a dry start. So we're going to see actually who's going to be the last to set a lap. Pietro. Oh, Pietro had timed it a little bit too fine. To be honest, unless he cuts massive corners, I don't think he's going to make it on the line in time. Oh, that's not good. That's not good for Pietro, but there we go. So, that is a bit of a shame for Pietro, but there we go. And I can't believe I'm saying there we go, but we've got Ewan about to start his flyer. And then we've got, I think, another Haas as well. I think the Haas going to give a tow, actually, of Adam Dude. So we've got Adam Dude first, and then we got a Mercedes of Jam Pancakes, I believe. Yeah, so we got Jam Pancakes, then the two Hasses, then Ewan. And then I'm just trying to go through the order here, just so I know who to go for. So we do have a Renault slowing down. That's Bobbers, and I think we have another one as well. We've got a Ferrari, a Tribune as well, who has invalidated his lap time. And Streets has retired as well. Ewan has retired as well, so he can't improve. We got Flying Rosie. A lot of people invalidate on their final laps, you know. Just go to show that mistakes can cost. I think I'm quite surprised that there's not many people in the 110s yet. But anyway, let's go on board. I do believe it's Mays that comes across the line next. No, it's not. He's going towards turn 8 and 9. Which other Williams is it? It might be Lefted. Yes, it is Lefted. He comes across the line now. And then we got the two Alphas of Hawk, and we've got Adam Dude now. So Adam Dude is the one to watch out for. Hasn't had a good string of results as of yet towards the second half of the season. He's had a good few, but let's see if he can turn this season back around as he comes across the line now. 1:11.9 for Adam Dude, puts him at P13. And what about Jam Pancakes? He can't improve. I think Humperdinck doesn't have to worry about it now unless he could get better. If I was him, I would finish his lap, because then you could start your qualifying time on the fresher set of tyres. So here we go. Humperdinck comes across the line. Can he improve on his time? Yes, he can, with a 1:11.008. So thankfully, he won't be starting on worn soft tyres, which I think would have been very difficult for the for Dan, but luckily he didn't. So maybe he was listening to me on the stream. I don't know. Joking, they don't usually listen to the stream. So nobody in chat was predicting Humperdinck for pole position. I wasn't actually. Jam Pancake's got P3. So that's good. And the person who was on the first 7 mediums is Tebow. He came second. So Tebow, I can't even say his name, I'm rubbish. But anyway, we've got Humperdinck first, Tebow in second, Jam Pancake in third, Pietro in fourth, Ewan in fifth, Smasher with a good result in qualifying. In 6th place, we've got Shazoo Street in 7th, Bob at 8th, Clenzo 9th, and I need to scroll down through the standings, because otherwise I'm going to forget. But there are the rest of the results anyway, so I didn't have time to go through them. But before we go to the main race action, let's have a quick look with our sponsor, Hype Energy. Welcome to the grid then for the German Grand Prix, and it's a nice sunny day outside, a different contrast to what we've been seeing in the Xbox One Oceania races. But yeah, I think the drivers will be relieved about that. I will almost certainly be relieved as well, because if they were going to navigate through turn 1 in the wet, it would have been a different story. We would have probably seen more carnage, but luckily they won't have to suffer that tonight, unless the weatherman decides to throw a spanner in the works. So we're going to go through the tyres, as apart from obviously the ones who qualified on the softs, because they have to, because they set their fastest lap on the softs, and they're on the top 10, which is Humperdinck and Pietro. Everybody else is on the mediums or hards, and I thought we would have an even split between the mediums and the hard compounder tyres, but we haven't. We've got more people on the mediums more than anything, and the ones on the hards are Chris, Flying Rosie, Hawk, and LGS. So those are the only 4 drivers that are on the hards. So that's going to make things interesting, and they're going to be extremely faster towards the end of the race. So something to watch out for there. And the highest hard tyre runner, that was almost a tongue twister. Actually, it wasn't a tongue twister. I just didn't get my word out properly for some weird reason. It was Christo actually in 11th place. So he's going to be at an advantage compared to everybody else who's starting on the hards. So a quick rundown of the strategy. It is going to be mediums. I can't remember what lap, probably to around about lap 13 perhaps, and then hards until the end of the Grand Prix. And then hards they can go on for a little bit longer, around about 20 or so laps they can go on the hards. So, you guys have let me know who you think is going to get pole position. Who do you think is going to win the race? I still think Jam Pancakes could do it. Humperdinck, he's on the softs. I'm almost certain the ones on the softs are going to be forced into a 2-stop strategy. But, you never know, they could prove us wrong. And we've seen safety cars in almost every single Xbox F1 race this season. So maybe they're thinking there's going to be a safety car in that one, so they can go on the mediums. But only time will tell. We'll have to wait and see. The 5 red lights are about to come on your screen right now. Humperdinck on the right, Tebow on the left. Let's see who's going to get the better getaway, and we are underway here in Hockenheim. And Luke has got to a very good start into turn number 1. Jam Pancakes forced onto the back of Tebow for now, but we've got a bit. I think everyone has made it through cleanly through turn 1, which is really great to see. And let's see if they make it through turn 3 and 4. The tricky little right-handers, looks like they do that quite nicely as well. So Humperdinck first, Tebow second, Jam Pancakes third, Pietro in 4th, Ewan up into 5th place. Let's see if he can get the lunge on Pietro. Pietro looking a bit feisty as well. Ewan getting tucked onto the hairpin into turn 6 and into turn 7. Jam Pancakes doing the same thing, trying to get the traction into turn 8, which I think he's going to do, into turn 9. Oh, they're still going to be going side by side. This is insane battling from the pair of them. It looks like Tebow manages to hold on to P2 for now. But what a start from Luke, already pulling away with those soft compounded tyres. And he's in the lead by 0.3 of a second, so not quite the gap as I thought it was going to be. But be wary that the softs will start to run out pretty soon in about 3 or 4 laps time. So do watch out for those soft runners. But looks like everyone, surprisingly, is getting underway well. So hopefully, fingers crossed, nobody will go into the pits. I don't think we've seen any drive-throughs at all. So no drive-throughs, luckily. So they all make through past turn 1 again, as we got some more battles happening in the midfield, as Smasher is looking really good behind Ewan into for a battle for P5 right now. 2 temps separating him and the Haas. His ERS is looking a lot better than Ewan's up ahead. We got Tebow doing his very best to get past Humperdinck, but couldn't quite make it work. But he knows that he's got Jam Pank's Rape Cakes right behind him, ready to pounce. Will the Mercedes be forced to be worked on team orders? Surely Humperdinck will know that Jam Pancakes is leading the championship. Maybe Humperdinck wants to hold up the field so much that Jam Pancakes can get past easily. I don't know, but maybe it might be a hindrance. But Jam Pancakes is already getting off to a better start than everybody else by the looks of things, as he's just gone purple set to 2, as Pietro riding on board with. He's dropped a little bit from Jam Pancakes at the moment, so lost a bit of time there. As a little bit squirmy on the exit there, as no trouble at the moment. 1:15.3 is the fastest lap set by Jam Pancakes. DRS is enabled then, so this is where we could see the straight. We're not going to see it through this straight, but oh, look at this tight DRS straight. I think we're going to see a very close German Grand Prix, I can tell you that for a fact, as Tebow is going to breeze past Humperdinck, and so is Jam Pancakes as well. And I said team orders might come into play, and they definitely do come into play, or it may be just Humperdinck lacking on those soft compounded tyres, as Jam Pancakes and Tebow going side by side into the straight coming up to turn 7. And hey, let's see who can have the better edge. This time Jam Pancakes has got to react to Tebow. Tebow got the lead from Humperdinck, but Jam Pancakes wasn't able to do that. Can he do that soon? He knows he's going to have the DRS when he goes to the start-finish rate, so he's going to have the advantage over Tebow, who does not have DRS. So, you know, it may be in his favour, but you never know in terms of the setup. Obviously, these guys are running dry setup, so it's something to watch out for there. Let's see what else is happening throughout the field as well. I think Smasher's lost a bit of time to Ewan. He's now 5 tenths behind Ewan now. Street is coming at him again in the Red Bull. So I think the DRS has helped Street in the Red Bull. Bobbitt's in 8th place. So let me get the position changes up for you quickly. There we go. So pretty much the only people that has gained is Tebow. Jam Pancakes have gained 1. Christo has gained 1. Flying Rosie's gained 1. And Adam Dude started 14th. He's now in 12th place, as Ewan trying to go side by side into the hairpin up on Pietro. And you can see Smasher just tucked into this battle. He doesn't need to respond just yet. He knows if he goes for the move now, then it's probably going to be. And Connorelli has retired from the session. And where did he retire? I think it was just on. I think he hit the wall in the hairpin. I think. I can't go on board with anyone, but you can see on the track map where he has gone off, which is a bit of a shame. I wonder if it was for his own accord or something else, but there is a VSC because there was off the circuit potentially. So yes, no full safety cars, but oh, that was a quick virtual safety car. We're under racing again. It's just I was about to say, oh, there's a virtual safety car, and we're back interaction. That is a typical saying for that, but anyway. So, lap 5 out of 34. This race has gone quickly already as well. So, the gap between Tebow and Jam Pancakes now is 7 tenths of a second now. So, it is starting to increase just a little bit. Humperdinck dropping on those two already. The softs are starting to degrade quite a bit now. You can see Humperdinck is losing quite a bit of ground, which is a bit of a shame, really. So, he will have to pit soon. And you can already see Pietro on the back of him. Humperdinck with a slide. I could see Smasher said, hold on, I want to get in this battle as well. Ewan goes back on the inside of Smasher F1. And Ewan is back up into P5, but I know Smasher wants P6 back from Ewan. And P6, what are you on about? P5 from Ewan. So he wants to make sure he gets that move done. So, still going side by side into turn 11. Hopefully these two don't be doing a Vettel, please. As we got a little bit of a lock up from Chizu Ewan. Ewan has really got to get string good results for these last couple of races, as he's the one that is chasing Jam Pancakes in the championship. He got P2, but Ewan needs to start getting wins. Jam Pancakes has been getting more wins recently, and he can't afford to make any more mistakes there, Chizu Ewan. But he is doing his best, bless him, to try and get past Pietro. And Pietro locking up. This could be Ewan's chance. No, not quite. He's on overtake. He's on plenty of ERS. What about Pietro? He's on good ERS as well. So this is going to be a ding-dong battle for sure. It's going to be really, really tense between these two. Are both of them going to go side by side? I think Pietro, has to go on the back of Humperdinck. By looks of things, we got a scrap. A Smasher has lost a bit of ground there. But oh my goodness, he's going to go almost 3 wide as a bit of banging wheels there. But looks like it was all okay. And we've got Chizu Street. Oh no, Chizu Street has had a bit of an off. And a spin. Oh no, let's go on board with him. That is not good. He has to wait until everybody else moves out of the way. And because of that, we've got another VSC. So he's now all the way down into 17th place. Maybe the stewards will look into this incident. We'll have to wait and see as we get further into the race, of course. But Humperdinck and Pietro, the only guys on the soft compound, on the soft compounded tyres, pitting then. And they're going to go onto the medium. So they're going to do soft, medium, mediums. By the looks of things, they're going to hope the 2 stops are better. And they're probably going that the safety car has not come out yet. But who knows? It is still a long race ahead of these guys. And Street has left the session and he's DNF'd. So I guess, by the looks of things, according to the track map that we got here, he has retired from the pit lane. So that was something to say there. As Humperdinck now goes in 13th place now, and Ewan is now on the hard as well, so he pitted. So has he got damage or something? Let me have a look. Did he start on the softs as well? Let me have a look. I'll just look a bit quickly. No. That is strange. I was not expecting him to pit. I'm sure he hasn't pitted, but maybe he might be trying to do the undercut. There's no way that the hard compounded tyres is going to make it through to the end of the Grand Prix. That is just impossible. But that is, yeah, I think Ewan must have made a mistake that we didn't see. Maybe he got caught up with the incident with a Smasher, I don't know. But again, I'm on my own tonight, so it is hard to get track on these incidents, I must say. But anyway, we might still have a battle for the lead coming as Jam Pancakes has gained quite a bit on Tebow. I think he's gained quite a few temps on him as well. So this could really help him with the pit stops. Because obviously, if you go ahead on the pit stops, that's really going to help you. And they're only going to be on the medium compounded tyres now for a few more laps. So they've got to make the most of it. As I think that's, let me just go on to interval. There we go. I'm on the wrong interval, so I couldn't really see the battling go ahead. So here we go then through turn 11. Roberts now up into 4th place. He's had a tremendous start. Don't forget there's a few people that have pitted. Some of them was tactical, some of them we don't know why. But, you know, Roberts is always the one to pick up the pieces, I must say. And he's driven quite well, to be honest. I've been impressed with him so far. I don't want to jinx him too much, so I'm not going to say anything more about Chizu Roberts, because otherwise that's going to be a little bit of a slap in the face for Jess Games 95 in the commentary box. There we go. So, Roberts, he's going to get the better run into the Parabolica then. Smasher losing a bit of pace on those mediums then. Bobbits comfortably gets past Smasher. I don't think Smasher was trying to defend there. I don't know. Or maybe it's Smasher's way of saying, I messed up earlier. You can have that position. Or it might be just Smasher just losing a bit of time on pace. I don't know. But again, I don't know what they're thinking of in the driver's mind at the moment. So, yeah. So, Bobbit's now into P3. He's only 4 seconds behind Jam Pancake. So, it is far from over. It is far from over. We can see other people make a mistake. So, I really hope no one makes mistakes. We can be on for another good race so far. It's been a quieter race than, obviously, we were expecting. But Oshana had a good middle part of the race. We could see the middle part of the race. But meanwhile, we could see a battle between Adam Dude and Flying Rosie in our midst as well. So 2 tenths off his previous best goes Adam Dude. So let's see then if that has helped him. Adam Dude, another person that does really well on a good day with his tyres, and they touch. Oh no! And Adam Dude as a touch Flozy again, and he's gone into a wall. Adam Dude, be careful! It's an unsafe rejoin. Everyone has to move out the way. Oh my God! Humperdinck almost got caught off Adam Dude's guard there, but my oh my, that could have ended much, much worse from Adam Dude. But he's now down in 15th. That is a shame. I think took a few many risks there, Adam Dude. I'm not entirely sure there, but yeah, if I was him, probably pitting soon won't be a bad option, to be honest. Gap now for the lead. 7 seconds. No, 7 seconds. What are you on about? 9 tenths of a second now. So I think Tebow is finding some ground on Jam Pancakes right now. Maybe this could be Tebow's to lose. I mean, Jam Pancakes wants this win, but crucially, Jam Pancakes is ahead of Shizu Yuan, who is his championship rival. The gap, I'm just need to check the gap before this race. 16 points. So not a lot. And I do believe Canada is, no wait, is Canada the next race? Can't remember. I think it is. Canada's the next race. I'm not entirely, I might be losing track of another league, but I'll check the calendar anyway. But I'm almost certain, but I know in one of the stuff I'm doing, Canada's the next race in 2 weeks. Yeah, actually it is in Canada in 2 weeks, and AOR as well. So yeah, I'm not talking bonkers. I know, obviously, Charlie and Mitchie, if you're watching, by the way, hi, said it this morning it was Canada, so I've got to believe them. So yeah, that's the disadvantage of me being in so many leagues as a driver and as a commentator. It's hard to keep track what track it is. But anyway, the first of the medium runners then are going into the pit lane. We've got Smash and Clenzo. They're going to go for the undercut then. They're going to be the benchmarks for everybody else to follow then. So, as predicted, Smasher is going to go onto the hard compounded tyres. And so does Rosie. Both of them running in tandem at the moment. So both of them having really good pit stops. So we could see a battle emerging there. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. But meanwhile, Jam Pancakes has brought the gap back down to 5 tenths per second. This is going to be absolutely brilliant. I know Jam Pancakes' strategy is to start off quiet in the first stint, and then in the final stint before the pit stops, really start to push. And he is really going to try and do it. I mean, I guess he lost a bit of I think he lost a bit of time in turn 11 there, but it might have been just me there, but there we go. As let's see how much he's back down 7 tenths. That's probably why. As Humperdinck and Tribbian, they were having a battle for P9 as Humperdinck gets past Tribbian. Don't forget Humperdinck has pitted, but he will have to pit again because there's no way the mediums can get into the end. But the question is, what I'm thinking about pit stops for the guys on a 2-stop, such as Humperdinck and Pietro. What will they decide to go on? Will they go on the softs or will they go on to the medium compounded tyres? We'll have to find out. So I'm going to disable the lap data for the moment. if it will let me. There we go. So, and someone has just been asking, is that person? And no, it's not. It's not him. Wish it was FOF1, but it's not. Sadly. So, yeah, but he's driven quite well in this tier so far. Looking quite good. 4 attempts now. And this is going to be potentially the pit window. I don't think they have their spanners open yet, so I might be wrong in terms of predicting what the pit window is. It's been a long time since I've driven around Germany, because obviously our league race as well. So, in another league, obviously, I'm not going to mention names, but I was right about the pit window, end of lap 13, and there he goes, Jam Pancakes into the pit lane, and he goes on to the hard compounded tyres. Now, the penalties, I forgot to say it earlier, penalties can be a huge factor for these drivers today. We could see a few people overestimating the pits speed limiter and might be getting a stock go for speeding in the pit lane. We haven't seen many speeding in the pit lanes so far, but not many people have gone into the pit lane, so there we go. So Jam Pancakes has got ahead of his teammate Humperdinck and LGS as well. And he's 1 second behind Ewan. So will Ewan fight off Jam Pancakes? I know he will. He'll probably try and hold up Jam Pancakes as much as he can. Of course he would, because obviously Jam Pancakes is Ewan's championship rival. So, you know, it's tough call. And we've got 3 rounds left after this one. And if Alam Dude doesn't score well here, he's pretty much out of the running. For actually, if he doesn't score today, if he doesn't get a win, or a podium, he's out of the running, and it will just be the top 2 that are mathematically still within a chance of claiming this title. So it'll be up to Jam Pancakes and Ewan. So yeah, I mean, I think if Jam Pancakes obviously wins, he will probably extend his gap a bit more. As Flying Rosie. Did he set his drive through? No, it wasn't. I just see someone going to the pit, and it was Tebow actually, who has come across quite a bit of traffic, and he is ahead of Jam Pancakes. So the overcut for Tebow has worked out efficiently for him. Jam Pancake's going to be shaking in his boots right now. He's got to get past these lot, and I know Amaze is going to hold up too. Amaze is going to try and defend. Oh my goodness. Amaze is probably showing the showmanship award, I must say, this race. So fair play to Amaze in P3. This kind of reminds me of the performance he's been pulling off in USA, where, to be honest, he was a showmanship of the stream, and he's probably doing the same today. Well, I'm not that surprised, but he's on the medium, so he has to pit soon. But he's giving it all he can in his pink little helmet. But, you know, he knows he's got 2 championship rivals behind him. He knows that he wants to hold them up as quickly as he can. But I think Jam Pancakes must be relieved that obviously they are holding them up, because otherwise Tebow will be running away with it. As Tebow gets past, Amazed. What about you? What about Jam Pancakes? Oh, this is getting very risky. What will I do in Jam Pancake's shoes? You don't want to lose any damage, but you know there's other people on different strategies than you, and you want to be fighting Tebow for the win. And looks like Tebow could stretch the gap a little bit, but for how much longer? It's going to be 3 wide into turn 6. Oh my word! We probably wasn't expecting that battle, because it's not for a net P1, but it is for on-track position anyway. And Flying Rosie is in P2, and he's chasing obviously Christo for on-track P1, but it is for position for them. So this is a battle that we also will keep an eye on for the rest of this race as well. Let me check the chat, actually, because I haven't checked the chat in ages. So I'm going to check that. There's not much going on at the moment. Let us know who has been your driver of the day so far. We're pretty much going to be almost halfway into this race soon. I think we are going to be halfway now. We're on lap 17. Yes, we are halfway now, in about a lap's time. And Flying Rosie has just secured himself 3-second time penalty, and so has SR Boberts as well. with a 3-second time penalty. And he also got the fastest lap as well so far on those hard compounder tyres. And don't forget, if you get the fastest lap and you're inside the top 10, you get an extra point. So that's a little incentive there. As here we go then, Flying Rose defends to the outside into the turn 6. He's got to be a little bit less clumsy with his moves this time, which he is. I think he's learning from his mistakes, and he's going to get the traction into turn 8. Let's see if he can do it. Into the tight little run. And I think with the little square, I think he's done it just about. And he's back in the lead of this race, on track at least. And obviously the hards can go on for quite a bit into this Grand Prix. So watch out for these two, giving us some nice entertainment. And speaking of which, I don't think the weather is going to change pretty much. I think we could expect dries until the end of this race, as Christo is going into the pits. Did he get damaged? I don't know. Let's have a look. No, it's a planned pit stop. So he's planning for the undercut on Flying Rosie. We've got more people on the hards pitting. Bobbits and Clenzo. Obviously, Bobbits had a bit of an issue. Oh, it's a change in front wing. That's probably why. And I don't think Bobbits has any hard compounder tyres left. No, he does not. So there he goes. And Amaze has dropped down into 8th place. Oh my goodness. There's so much going on. Humperdinck is now up into 4th place. And LGS is going up for good measure as well. But why have I missed this? I don't know. I do apologise about that. Again, it is hard to keep track on battles on my own. As Smasher goes to the outside. Surely he's not going to get the move done here into turn 10. And I think he does. What a great move from Smasher. In a McLaren up to P5 already. And we've got Ewan in at P6. He got past LGS as well. So LGS losing a bit of ground on those hard tyres. So maybe that might be the sign for LGS to go into the pits right here and right now, which he does right on cue. He goes into the pit lane. So Thibaut setting the fast lap of the Grand Prix. LGS goes in as well, I believe. And Amaze though, 18 laps on those mediums. My oh my, how on earth did he do it? And he's going to go on hards on the end. He's going to be incredibly quick towards the end of the Grand Prix on those hards, I must say. But obviously you've got to use at least one different tyre compound each race. You can't just do 2 mediums. But yeah. So I kind of wish they did 2 mediums on some league races. But unfortunately you can't do that because you will get disqualified. And you don't want to get disqualified, do you? No, you don't, Just Games 95. So running order as it stands from lap 19 coming towards lap 20. Thibaut is leading this race with Jam Pancakes in P2, Humperdinck in P3, Smasher in P4, and then we got Ewan tucked up in P5. Hawk, I think, lost it in turn 10, into turn 11 a bit. So there goes past Flying Rosie and Christo. So Chris is up into 8th, Flying Rosie now up into 9th, Hawk now up into 10th. So don't forget, Hawk's still in the points. But again, he's still yet to pit. So yeah, that is a sign for him to pit, and he does pit as well. Oh, goodness. I think that was damage there. Oh, no, he might have misjudged it a little bit. Because obviously the AI take control at certain points in the pits. But I think he thought he took control then, and yeah. Because of that, he's lost time in the pits, and he has to have a front wing change because of it. That is a shame from Hawk, which means he's now down in last place out of the finishers. But meanwhile, Christo and Flying Rosie, and no, Christo left it actually. Christo goes to the outside, and Christo is saying, thank you very much, left it. I'm having that position. I'm going to try and pull away to catch up to Ewan and Pietro, which is doable because obviously the mediums are a softer compounded tyre compared, obviously, to the hards. So probably a lot easier for Christo to manage. But we'll have to wait and see because obviously Pietro, I don't know. I'm not sure because obviously Pietro has been on those hards for 13 laps. It's going to be tough to get into the end. Maybe, probably the likes of Pietro and obviously Christo might go on the softs at the end perhaps, but here goes Flying Rosie, another person on the mediums, fresh set of mediums, goes past Lefted quite convincingly and up into P8. And I think it'll be a sign for Lefted to go into the pit soon as well, but he can hold his hard tyres pretty much a few more laps, just like the other drivers have been doing, so he doesn't have to worry too much today. As the gap now between T-Bone and Jam Pancakes is 2 seconds, so definitely the traffic has not helped the Mercedes driver in the slightest, as there was a little bit of a bump that Jam Pancakes has touched there, so he's probably lost a bit of time there. Well, how is Smasher doing in P4? He's doing all right in P4 actually, considering the fact he doesn't have to pit again. He's doing well. He's catching up with Humperdinck, who's gonna pit soon anyway. He did the dummy almost. Humperdinck thought about it, or it might have been that it was too late for Humperdinck to go into the pits. Oh, I think, did Humperdinck trick Smasher there? It didn't look like Humperdinck was tricking Smasher, but yeah. I'm quite surprised we still haven't seen any safety cars yet. But knowing me, I've probably jinxed myself into Narnia there. And yeah, I've probably said bad things about that, because usually the main time I've commentated on safety cars, it's usually the last couple of laps. And it always happens for some weird reason every time I commentate. And yeah, it's strange that. And Smash up into third due to the fact that Humperdinck and Ewan are fighting. Oh, a bit of a swerve. And this is going to get very tight between Ewan and Humperdinck. They'll have to, again, Humperdinck will have to pit. So I don't think Ewan is going to, I think Ewan is going to pick his own battles. Almost certainly. But he's got to be asking Jeff. He's got to be thinking, right, when does Humperdinck need to pit? He probably does know that Humperdinck has pitted roughly about the same time, but on softer tyres than him. And you can tell that the mediums are not good for Humperdinck right now, as Ewan gets past him. So Ewan is now up into 4th place. Oh, I don't know if those hearts can make it to the end. I don't think so. Can anyone let me know in the chat? Can those hards that Ewan is on make it to the end? I don't think it can. We do have a yellow flag set to 3. It's probably some blue flaggers, I think, by the looks of things. Maybe. I don't know. Still yellow flag and set to 3. And the game is not telling me what that was. So thanks a lot, game, for not telling me that. But there we go. We're 12 laps to go of this German Grand Prix. It's been quite exciting, hasn't it? I must say, as Humperdinck going very late there. I think he realised that he overstretched his mediums a little bit too much, but I think he must have saw the way how Amaze was on those medium tyres for quite a bit as well. And Humperdinck started on the softs, so he can go on another set of mediums till the end of this race. And where is Humperdinck going to end up? Here comes Adam Dude. So, Adam Dude is ahead of Humperdinck for now. But you do know that Humperdinck is going to be even quicker. I know Humperdinck's instincts. I know he can push for it. As long as he doesn't go for any risky moves, he should be fine. As a yellow flag is set to 1, I don't know what that's for. But there we go. We've got LGS gone past Adam Dude. Robert's going to get past Humperdinck. Maybe Humperdinck needs to warm up his tyres a little bit more. I'm still seeing a yellow flag in set to 1. Nope, the yellow flag has gone now, so that's good. That's relief for me. That confused me a little bit less, I must say. As Humperdinck gets past Roberts, nicely done there, and he's going to chase down Adam Dude now. 2.5 seconds now is the gap. let's go jump on board to Flying Rosie and Christo, which obviously they were battling on the hard tyres before obviously they had to pit. And they were doing remarkably well. Are they going to do the same for the final 11 laps of this race? I think they can. It'll be nice to see the battle. I do remember that you can have a battle around Germany that lasts forever. I know in Brazil, a few weeks ago, I had a battle which lasted 20 laps. But there we go. Here comes Flying Rosie then to the inside and then defence to the outside. Here comes Christo on like a hawk. Not Hawk the Alfa Romeo, but Hawk as in ready to pounce. Chris is back up into 5th. He wants this so badly. Every extra point counts in this championship. Chris is 11th in the standing for Germany. And Hawk, and speaking of the Hawk, oh my god, I think I just commentated cursed Hawk without even talking about him. And he's out of the session. And where did he, he retired in the pit lane most likely. Yes, he has. So, that is his race done and dusted. I think he's had enough almost certainly. Or he heard me mention the word Hawk and got a bit too disappointed and he just retired. But yeah, that's his car gone now. No safety cars. I do believe we've only had 2 virtual safety cars. Yeah, we've had 2 virtual safety cars and that's it. So to be honest, I've been impressed by the cleanness of the drivers so far. Really good actually. As here comes Ewan on Smasher. Ewan on those older, harder tyres. He's doing better than Smasher's newer, harder tyres. It's a fair play to him. And Flying Rosie, he's pulling out every muscle to make sure that his P5 is his and not Chris's. I mean, they're putting on older stuff to make sure they're obviously getting some TV time, of course. I'll probably have to check penalties. Let me check penalties actually. Flying Rosie, what's his penalties like? He has got 1 penalty. And what about Chris? Chris has got 1 warning. So, if it finishes up as it stands, if Flying Rosie wants to get past Christo, Flying Rosie will have to be at least 3 seconds clear of him. Which is going to be a tough ask. And Humperdinck gets 3-second time penalty. And I did say earlier on that penalties will mean everything. And it does. It does. And I know it's getting quite hot in the UK at the moment. And probably a few guys will be absolutely sweating. I know in my room this afternoon, I was absolutely sweating earlier. And I wasn't even because I was commentating on another race. And I wasn't even racing. So there we go. As Rosie's going to try for another move once again. I am losing count on how many rounds that this battle is turned to be, and Christo making a mistake there. So Christo, I think, has been forced to get P5, and I think Flying Rosie must be relieved about that he's up into P5. So that is obviously peeing? Oh my god, it's this time of the night. I don't know why I said peeing. I don't even know. But there we go. So, next DRS straight then. Can Christo learn on his mistakes then? We'll have to find out. He hasn't got much ERS to play with, so he's only got a few chances to make this move work. As he goes towards the straight then, let's see what he can do. This means everything for these two. This is great. And I think we're going to possibly see the same battle between Smasher and Ewan as well. Smasher gets past Ewan while we were watching the battle between Flying Rosie and Christo. It's just, to be honest, it's hard to keep it on track between those 2 battles on which battles to follow, really. So, who's going to come out of these battles? Out of Ewan versus Smasher, who do you think is going to come out on top? And out of Flying Rosie versus Christo, who's going to come out on top? We don't know. We will have to wait and see on that one. And thank you very much, those of you that are sticking by for this race then. Let us know who has been your driver of the day by letting us know in chat. Who do you think has performed up to your standards whilst you were watching this race tonight? Don't forget, we do have a break week next week. These guys will not be racing next week. A chance to have a little bit of relaxation on a Sunday night for once. and think about the final 2 races, which I believe is, actually no, 3 races. We've got Canada, Austria and Brazil, I believe, are the final 3 races. Which, honestly, I'm excited for those final 3 races. I mean, those 3 are my favourite tracks to commentate on this game. And they're on the final 3 races. What more could you ask for? I think the coordinators have done a splendid job with this calendar. I absolutely love this calendar this season. Probably one of my favourite calendars in an AOR season ever in F1. So thanks to the coordinators on that one. Christo, I think, losing time to Flying Rosie now. But again, it is not over until the fat lady sings. It is not over until the checkered flag falls. So anything can happen here in AOR, Xbox One F1. I almost said Oceania there, but I was not meant to say Oceania. Oops, silly me there, silly Jess. But there we go. It's, LGS made a bit of a mistake, or he's got overtaken by 3 cars. So Adam Dude has got past him, Bobbits has got past him, and Humperdinck has got past him as well. So there we go, that's Humperdinck staying in 9th place now. Potential chance for a point could be on the cards here, as the gap, I think, is starting to increase between T-Bone and Jam Pancakes. I mean, it's going to get to a point where Jam Pancake is going to be out of DRS. And he does not want to be out of DRS because he knows that Ewan is going to be hunting him down otherwise. So, Ewan, I'm impressed with Ewan. If he keeps this up for the final few laps and stays P4 or P3 at best, I think he'll be my driver of the day because he's absolutely nailing it. He's managing his tyres like he's on newer mediums. It's just absolutely incredible. Fair play to Ewan. He's driven so well this race. He had a mishap earlier, but to be honest, that's not been affecting him as much. So that's great to see from Ewan. So we got Ewan and Smasher battle still going on. We've also got a battle for the back here between Clenzo and Alan Dude as well. Potentially battle for the points if penalties might come into factor as well. So we'll see then. And let's see. Clenzo's going to get the DRS, but he's not going to get the better traction into turn 1. But can he get it into turn 2? Into turn 3. Adam Dude goes to the outside, then to the inside. Oh my word, it's a bit of swervy corners going into turn 4. I mean, those two have been driving so good as well. Both going side by side to the Parabolica. Can Clenzo do what he needs to go around the outside and get the move? Which I think looks like Clenzo has done so. And there we go, Clenzo is up into P11 now. So well done to Clenzo. But we'll keep an eye on that battle as it continues as well. But I don't think... Let me check the penalties for Ewan and Smasher, actually. Because usually I get my... so I know Ewan has got 1 penalty. And what about Smasher? Smasher has got 1 penalty as well. So they're both on the same amount of penalties. So they are both racing for position then. Oh my goodness, I can't wait. I hope this battle goes to the end of this Grand Prix. That'll be amazing, won't it? We may see a photo finish. Let us know in the chat. Do you want to see a photo finish between these two in the chat? Oh, they touch a bit. They touch a bit, but I think no harm done there. As Adam Dude is out of this race. I think it's too late to bring out a safety car. As where did Adam Dude retire? I think he retired in the pit lane, so there is no safety car. My oh my, for the first time in a while. I mean, you know, it's going to be tough for these two. Because there's no safety car. Is this the Xbox? Are we going to see? It's going to be the first time in a while we haven't seen. Is it the Xbox F1 we know? I don't know. But let's concentrate towards the end of this race. 2 laps to go. It is all to play for between 6 drivers. Battle for the win between Jam Pancakes and T-Bone. Battle for the final step on the podium between Ewan and Smasher. And for P5 between Christo and Flying Rosie. But here goes. Ewan goes to the outside. A little bit of touching, but they keep it clean towards turn 7 and into turn 8. This means that's make or break between those two. They can't afford to make any mistakes right now, but Smasher is defending for his life right now. He wants that podium so bad. He wants to get a first podium in the top tier for a while. And he's sticking to his guns. He goes off the circuit a little bit. He almost did a Vettel there, but he didn't. Thank goodness he didn't do a Vettel. As Ewan now has got one final lap to do it. Jam Pancakes has got one final lap to do it as well. Oh, this is going to be absolutely tight. Who's going to win this race? I don't know. Maybe it's not come through as we would have liked. Ewan's got a penalty. No, maybe it's game over then. Get penalty for Ewan. So I think that must be turn 1, almost certainly. Or turn 2, I'm not entirely sure. But battle for the lead then. Here comes Jam Pancakes on T-Bone. Could this be game-changing? Could this be the winning move for Jam Pancakes? He is going and doing the switchback, and yes, he does. Fantastic control move from Dan, from Jam Pancakes, from the Mercedes driver, from the fans that want the Mercedes to do well. They didn't do well in real life, but they're going to do well on the virtual circuit. Meanwhile, Ewan is now up into 3rd place, but he's got to make sure, Ewan, you can tell that the hard tyres are getting to him. Ewan has been on those hard tyres for 27 laps. But meanwhile, let's jump on board to Jam Pancakes 44. He's done all he can. He's driven amazingly. He took the lead on the last lap and he wins in Germany. Great result for him. But what about Smasher and Ewan? Ewan is going to get the podium on track, but it is Smasher who gets it due to penalties. No, it's not. It's Christo. Christo out of nowhere gets P3. I forgot to check Christo's penalties actually. So it was a 3-way fight for the podium. Let's see how many positions he's gained actually. 8 positions. I mean, amazing. And Ewan has dropped down to 6th place because of it. So he's dropped down 3 positions. That's not what you want. But Christo, my man, bravo to him. He's his best result of the season. I'm sure he'll be really pleased with that. And he was having some good battles throughout the race with Flying Rosie as well, which I obviously managed to catch quite a lot of. So, you know, to be honest, it's close between obviously Jam Pancakes and T-Bone for driver of the day. But I have to give it to Christo. Penalty free, gained quite a few positions, and because of that, there's a Ferrari on the podium as well. So we have no German on the podium. No German on the podium. So the German hearts are broken, but you never know. I don't think there's any Germans in this league actually, in the top tier, but we'll see anyway. No, they're not. Okay, so here are your results then. Jam Pancake wins from T-Bone, from Christo. The top 3 not to get penalties is a huge feat for them. Christo starting 11th, finishing 3rd. Smasher 4th, Flying Rosie 5th, Ewan in 6th place. 29 laps on those hards, that's amazing. I've got to say, well done to Ewan. Pietro in 7th, Lefted in 8th, Humperdinck 9th, Bobbett's 10th, Clenzo in 11th, LGS 12th, Tribbian in 13th, Adam Dude 14th, Hawking 15th, and May 16th, Street 17th, and Connor Eddy 18th. And we've had 5 DNFers, which is a bit of a shame there. But I did say my driver of the day, of course. That wraps up your Xbox One F1. We did manage to get a stream. We had no technical difficulties at all this stream, which to be honest, I'm really happy about. So thankfully that went alright. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Don't forget Don't tune into the AOR channel next week. I know PS4 F1 are rerunning their, I can't remember what round it was before Australia, but they're running China. That's it. They're running China next week. So make sure you check them out. But we are not we as Xbox One F1, we are not racing next week. So you guys get a nice break from us. You get a nice break from me as well. Don't know if it's a good thing or not. But there we go. Hopefully, Dice will be back in the commentary box with me as well next week. In 2 weeks' time, which will be in Canada, the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, of course. A track where we might see the 2 stops be faster. And can Jam Pancakes extend his championship lead even more in Canada? We'll have to wait and see. I've been Jess Games 95. And stay alert, everyone. Stay home and stay safe. And we'll see you in 2 weeks for the next round, for round 10 of the championship. Have a good evening and good night.